And we're live. Yeah, sorry about that little inconvenience. If you guys are seeing this right now, we should be live on YouTube. Again, my dumb self actually put the live stream on private by accident. So you guys should be able to see these notifications pop up on your feed. But what is going on, y'all? Actually, I just saw the notification on my phone, so we are all set.
Yep.
People
Put it in the Discord and stuff right now.
Dope. I'm gonna tweet it out. For watching, nice. I can't see. There's retweeted on this.
Yo, prod. I can't pronounce that, but yeah, yo.
Proddy Jimmel, yo. Jeff says stuff. What's up, guys? What's up, Jeff? Russell Gage or Keenan Allen right away. I love it. I love Russell Gage, but I mean, Keenan Allen's just so safe against that Carolina secondary, in my opinion. So I would fire up Keenan Allen personally. But I kind of want to know who your other receivers were, because actually with Julio Jones just getting ruled out right now, if I could fit Russell Gage in my lineup, I'm definitely going to be tempted to do so because, I mean, the volume he's been experiencing in the first 2 weeks, 21 targets. I mean, it's just so much volume that you ultimately can't look past it. So leave down below what your other options are. Yeah, that's your flex. Okay, then I just actually see that lower. Then I would go with Keenan Allen there. Josh Kelly or Nick Chubb. Give me Nick Chubb there. I'm assuming you're the same.
Yeah, I like Josh Kelly's matchup, but I think you're getting a little too cute if you start him over Nick Chubb.
Definitely agree there. So that's for Farzad. Parth says, "What's up, fellas? Good to have you back. Appreciate you, Parth. Notice you in every live stream. So just glad that you're able to support us. Yeah, flex. Okay, just saw that. Prod Jimmel, Landry, Hurst, or Woods. Out of those options, it would come down to me. You know, I can't fade Woods. I know the matchup is tough.
I think I got to play Woods as well. Jarvis Landry just hasn't been playing well. And until I see him kind of pick it up, I don't really want to trust him over a guy like Woods who has played well, even though he's had some difficult matchups.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. 25, another OG, little cheers right there. I appreciate that. Diego, Jonnu, or Hurst. I don't sit Jonnu the way he's been playing. Currently is.
I mean, Hurst does get a bump with Julio. With
Julio, This might sound gutty, but I have Jordan Reed and Hayden Hurst in my home league. And man, with freaking all the injuries that have been happening on the Niners, I don't think I can sit Jordan Reed this week, personally. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Reed?
Oh, do we get some breaking news here?
What?
I just saw, like, My Sports Update just tweeted out.
Hello, Witherspoon, I saw.
No. High-level Jets executive have heard all the Adam Gase criticism and are starting to take notice per Mort report. The Jets have the Colts today and the Broncos Thursday night, a situation to monitor if things continue to look ugly. It's like, only we could have predicted this the second Adam Gase was hired, that he wasn't going to be a good coach.
Man, I'm still saying, though, man, imagine they hired Bieniemy in the offseason. They drafted, so they still draft Becton. He's been playing phenomenal, but you keep building the front. That team's going to be awful.
Or like Greg Roman or something, like the Ravens. Like, you got to get someone who knows what they're doing for Sam Darnold. And I think, to be honest, it's going to be Jamar Chase. Wherever they pick in the draft, I think they need a Jamar Chase.
I think if they land in the top 4, you can't pass on one of those quarterbacks. I know
if you land third or later, not 1 or 2, like with Lawrence and Fields or whoever they project to go. Like, I think you even pass on Lance, dude. Like,
really?
Yes.
Man, he's got all the traits.
You have Darnold. Darnold's 23 years old.
No, I get that, but like at that point, if you're picking in the top 3, he's kind of shown that he hasn't really He hasn't. I don't want to say
though. He's got it now. He has a franchise left tackle. Get him a star receiver like Jamar Chase. Maybe go pick up a veteran receiver in free agency as well. Like, get him some weapons. Like, what's his name? The GM there, Joe Douglas. He actually looks like he's doing a good job based on the Jamal Adams trade and all that kind of stuff. So I think you have a chance to actually build around Sam Darnold, and I think you got to do it. If by this time next year he's crap still, then you get rid of him. But I think you got to give him a better chance than fucking Adam Gase.
What I'm thinking though, man, is for example, the Vikings are already regretting that Kirk Cousins contract. I think we can kind of agree to that at this point. Yeah. Now, hypothetically, in the offseason, say Kirk Cousins keeps playing the way he has been, and Sam Darnold shows some promise, but they still end up getting that top 3 type pick. What about a scenario Where if you're the Jets,
I mean, the Bucs will give you a 3rd-round pick for Sam Darnold.
No, I was thinking, what about Kirk Cousins and a first to offload his contract for Sam Darnold?
I don't know why the Jets would do that.
Because they have the cap space.
It makes sense for the Vikings, but why would the Jets do that?
Cap space. They can absorb the contract, and then they get another pick, and then they get a kind of bridge quarterback to help.
I guess if they're looking to blow it up, it makes sense, but I don't know. Like they have some pieces. I don't think they need to blow it up. I think if they have a good offseason and a good draft this coming year, they can be a competitive team with Darnold playing better. Because I still think, like, and I said this a couple days ago. I said if Darnold went to the Bills with Sean McDermott and that coaching staff, or if he went to the Ravens, he'd be on the cover of Madden right now. I think Darnold was that good of a prospect coming out, and he's just had zero chance.
Even
if he went to the Browns first, I think he would have had a way better chance.
Yeah, that's fair. So we'll get into the other questions. Jay Fox got Hopkins and Godwin. Oh, okay, yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so then don't sit either of those guys because they're like 2 of my top 5 receivers on the week.
Gage or Davis in my flex. That's pretty easily Gage with the news that Julio Jones is not playing. In my opinion,
I don't know. I think I would take Davis, dude. The fucking Vikings have they have Gladney or not Gladney, Dantzler and Hughes not playing in this game.
That's fair.
Like they're starting some rejects from practice squad out there. Like Corey Davis is going to have a pretty solid target share too. I actually have the Titans triple stack in a Fanduel lineup right now with Smith, Davis, and Tannehill. I have a feeling it's going to be like a passing game for them because the Vikings are harder to run against than they are to pass.
Call me crazy, but I actually have Russell Gage currently in my top 28 overall. So I'm a little higher on him on the week.
Wide receiver 20, dude.
Really?
Yes.
I have him as my wide receiver 33 right now. So just behind Marvin Jones and Michael Gallup. Actually, I'm going to raise him ahead of those two, but other than that, and Jones over Gallup. I got to quickly touch this before we start for 1 p.m. But
yeah,
let's get into other questions. Sorry. Got shafted big time by Chanel. Yeah, myself too. I started him in one of my leagues. Although
I started Minshew in 2 leagues and I got shafted big time by it.
Yeah, did not think that Minshew and that whole Jaguars offense, aside from James Robinson, would have looked as good as or as bad as they did. Speaking of James Robinson, just so happened to play him in one of my big money leagues, so feels bad. My home league.
Yep.
27.9 half PPR points. You got to love to see it. No, you don't. But Landry, Herschel, Woods, half PPR. I think we already answered this, but actually, we'd both go with Woods there.
Yeah. I said before, Landry hasn't been playing well, and I mean, I don't know. Hurst is intriguing. I don't think I can start him over Woods. So I think they're going to use Woods in a variety of different ways to get him off Tre'Davious White because I mean Tre'Davious White he doesn't travel to the slot and Woods plays a decent slot share. Like they'll find a way to get him the ball with White on him.
Agreed. So Farzad says thank you for your service. Appreciate that, Farzad. Glad that you we were able to help you. Jay Fox says, thanks, boys. Week 3, let's go. Yes, sir, Jay Fox. Let's get this week 3 going. My Dallas Cowboys taking on the Seattle Seahawks in the game of the week. I mean, that's pretty unanimous.
The game of the week is Monday night.
Okay, the game of the Sunday, then we'll say.
I mean, I like the Sunday night football game better too. No, I'm just kidding. But I like the Sunday. I want to watch the Saints suck. That's why.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I think the Packers are going to kill them. That's why.
Packers money line, boys. Am I right?
Yeah, Packers money line. The Saints are favored in that game for some
how are they
unknown reason?
Dude, how are the Packers +3? It makes no sense.
I don't know.
Like they've been playing fantastic, but anyways, Beer Guy. Good morning, Beer Guy. I love that name on YouTube. Beer Guy Flake. That's a nice name.
Love to see it.
Jeff Davis, Brown, Montgomery, Kelly at flex, full PPR. That one, I love Kelly, but that one's going to come down to Marquise Brown or Montgomery.
Yeah, the full PPR takes Kelly out of that for me.
Yeah, if you're talking about ceiling, I think Brown's ceiling is going to be higher, but the touch floor and the overall matchup of Atlanta kind of gets me to lean Montgomery. Again, both are fantastic. I think I have Brown as my wide receiver 21 this week and Montgomery as my RB 16 right now. So can't go wrong there. I'd personally go with Montgomery, though. He's shown to be a much improved player in the first 2 weeks of the season. I did not expect him to.
I think I'm going to go Marquise Brown. I think this is the game of the year. And one, you want to be able to have some stake in it. It's just for the fun of fantasy football. You want to be watching someone in the game. And 2, This game they could put up 80 points combined, the two teams.
We saw
whenever there's a chance of that happening, you want pieces of the offenses, and Marquise Brown is the second option in his offense on a team that could score a crazy amount of points.
Yep. Again, it's kind of a watch for me, but I'd personally go Montgomery if you're looking for a floor. Again, you guys will be able to see that. Is the Falcons Bears game at 425 or 1?
I think it's at 1.
It's at 1. So you wouldn't know by then. I would kind of want to know who your other running backs are, to be honest, if you're talking about the flex there, because Montgomery is a nice play for me as well, in my opinion. So if you can kind of elaborate on who your other running backs are, we can kind of help you there as well. So, we'll go straight to the super chat. We'll get through the other questions as well afterwards. We're just going to prioritize the super chats right now. So Keyshawn, appreciate that $2 donation super chat. He says, "Is Alshon Jeffrey worth picking up?"
It depends who you're dropping, I guess. If you have no better options, then no. But I'd rather own someone like Michael Pittman Jr. or Laviska Shenault or KJ Hamler. I'd rather own guys like this than Alshon Jeffrey, because if you ask me, I think Alshon Jeffrey is just completely washed.
Now, real question. I know Reagor is going to be out for the next 6 weeks, but who would you rather have on your roster? Jeffrey?
Jackson.
No. Jeffrey or Reagor at that point?
For the I don't really want to own either of them, to be honest.
But that's what I mean.
IR spot. If I have an IR spot, I'll keep Reagor.
That's what I mean. The fact that it's close in that regard, and Jeffrey's expected to be back much before Reagor's expected to be return. Mm-hmm. It just kind of shows Jeffrey, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah. Maybe Jeffrey gives you a game or two, but I don't trust him.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Where did we leave off before the super chat?
John Brown, David Johnson.
John Brown, David Johnson, or Schultz half PPR. I don't like the matchup against Pittsburgh, but you have to bite that. You have to play David Johnson again. I don't like the matchup against Pittsburgh, but Melvin Gordon looked decent last week. We can kind of see overall, I think David Johnson is a much safer play.
The linebackers for the Steelers, mainly Devin Bush, has actually struggled in coverage from a couple of the people that I follow on Twitter that are big Steelers guys. They've been man, Devin Bush has not been good in coverage, and David Johnson, his only chance is through the air, because he's going to get shut down on the ground, because the Texans' offensive line just flat out is going to get overmatched by the Steelers.
Bush got torched by Noah Fant last week, for the record. This is what I've been hearing.
He wasn't good in coverage, apparently.
Start Big Ben or Carson Wentz. That is easily Big Ben, in my opinion, until I see Carson Wentz actually play a top 15 quarterback, which he has not been.
Big Ben's my quarterback 6 this week.
Yeah.
So
Big Ben's my quarterback 8 or 9, I believe, and Carson Wentz, I think, is my quarterback 21. I just don't trust Wentz how he's been playing recently. Start Indy or Tampa D. Now, I love Tampa D this week, but Indy against the Jets is basically a lock, in my opinion.
They're both. I think they're my number 1 and 2 defense on the week. I think them two and the Steelers are the only 3 defenses I'm really willing to bet on being really good options this week, because Tampa's defense, I feel you got a better chance. Actually, I don't know. Sam Darnold turns the ball over too. I was gonna say Jeff Driscoll is not a check down quarterback. He'll sling it, even though he's not that good. So there's a good chance that the Tampa defense gets some turnovers and potentially a defensive touchdown in this game. So I kind of like them from that perspective, but I think it's safer. The Indy defense is safer, because I don't think there's any chance the Jets do anything against them.
For the record, if you are
Tampa's got a better defense, though. So if you want to just use a tiebreaker, who has the better defense, I would go with Tampa. But it's also in the high altitude of Denver, so that could be a factor also.
For the record, if you are playing FanDuel, the Tampa Bay defense right now is $3,800.
Yeah, they're in my lineup.
Same. I have them in basically every lineup. It's literally, I think they're the 12th or 13th ranked defense right now at $3,800. You can get your studs and still get a top tier defense this week, in my opinion, in the Tampa defense. It's no brainer. Need A-Rob to bounce back, myself as well.
I'm going against him, so I hope he doesn't.
I need him to bounce back, hopefully. Again, he's got 18 targets on the season. They just haven't been able to connect. I mean,
AJ Terrell's out for this game because he's got COVID, or he's on the COVID list. So,
and the Falcons, can you name another corner on that roster apart from Isaiah Oliver?
I think Isaiah Oliver's out.
He's out? Oh gosh, that's
someone else is out on the team. And if it's is Brian Poole? No, not Brian Poole. Who's their
Brian Poole's on the Jets now?
Who's their slot corner?
I don't even remember.
I don't know. Here, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check Isaiah Oliver. I'm pretty sure I saw someone tweet that the Falcons were down their 2 top corners.
All right, so Parth quickly has a question while you're searching that up. Can you provide some insight on my lineup? Lamb, Slayton, Chubb, McKinnon, Hunt, and I have benched Brown, Hurst, MVS. Would you change anything? I would personally start Brown over Hunt. that would be my thing. Brown, even over Slayton too, in my opinion.
Who's your tight end?
Yeah, who is your tight end?
Hurst.
Yeah, who is your tight end? Leave your tight end lower as well. We'll get into that. But aside from that, I would try to start Brown over either Hunt or Slayton personally. What are your thoughts on that?
I would 100% start Brown over Hunt.
Yeah, agreed. What about Slayton?
I'd rather start Slayton than Hunt. So
okay, there you go.
You might as well just start both the two deep threat receivers there.
Agree with that. Hey, boys, 2 questions. Carson or Golladay coming off the hamstring injury, and are you guys still high on McKinnon? With CMC getting hurt, I picked him up. So for the first question, Carson or Golladay, that one's pretty close to me. But again, the touch baseline that I expect from Carson this week is going to trump Golladay. I do think Golladay can have a good game coming off that injury, maybe seeping under the radar. Again, tough matchup, but nobody's really talking about him. But Galladay's the type of receiver where it kind of doesn't matter who he plays because of the type of receiver he is. He's not a pure road runner.
I'm not willing to play him coming off of a hamstring injury, though, if I can help it. I think he's in the wide receiver 2 range. Like, I'd rather play a guy like Darius Slayton or a guy like Marquise Brown over Kenny Golladay this week. Even though Kenny Golladay went fully healthy, it would definitely play over both of those guys.
Yeah, no, I kind of see that as well. And for the second question they actually got there in terms of Jerick McKinnon, for the record, just wanted to check where I have him. Yeah, I have him as my RB15 on this week. I'm really high on Jerick McKinnon against that Giants. I know you're much lower because you expect it to be more of a committee, but Jerick McKinnon is going to be my guy this week. I mean, who was the guy that you staked? Like, we kind of had that little bet between McKinnon and another running back.
Let me check. Hold on.
It was somebody that was it like Gurley
Antonio Gibson?
Antonio Gibson. Oh yeah. Oh, give me McKinnon there.
Yeah, give me Gibson easily.
Give me McKinnon easily.
One guy played 67% of the snaps.
Yeah, and one guy's on the best rushing offense, or top 2 rushing offense in the league. That's
always been the committee historically.
Yeah. Well, who else is there? Jeff Wilson.
They've been using committees no matter who's there.
Yeah, but the lead back in that committee is always produced. So
I guess. Who says it's not Jeff Wilson though?
Yeah, maybe. Montgomery or David Johnson. Give me David Montgomery pretty easily there, in my opinion. Again, Montgomery has really shown out to me.
Full PPR would kind of sway me a little bit towards David Johnson if it was a full PPR, but I still would probably take Montgomery even in that situation.
Dude, even Montgomery's pass game involvement hasn't even been bad either.
It's not been bad, but David Johnson has 8 to 9 target potential in this game because the pressure that Watson's going to be behind under with the Texans offensive line playing the way it is and the Steelers defense. I saw a stat that said the Steelers, someone said the Panthers have 4 pressures on the year and the Steelers have 71.
That sucked.
They're causing a pressure on 48% of their rushes or some shit.
That's ridiculous.
They're ridiculous.
Golladay, Green, or Brown. Golladay easily for me there. I know he's coming off the injury, but just those other 2 options have just as many question marks. Man, John Brown doesn't have question marks.
Man, I think I might take John Brown there.
I can't do it over Golladay, man. That's too gutty for me.
The reason I like John Brown there is because they don't throw at Jalen Ramsey, and Stephon Diggs is going to be on Jalen Ramsey. So I have a feeling this is going to be a John Brown game.
It could be. I don't know, man. I don't think I could sit Golladay for Brown.
Too. So all you need from John Brown is a long touchdown or something.
You can say the same thing for Golladay, though, too.
Yes, but Golladay has a tougher matchup. He's going up against Patrick Peterson.
He's also a better player, though.
But he's going up against Patrick Peterson.
Fair. I don't know. If you have the guts to start John Brown, go for it. I just don't think I can.
I would go. Plus, Galladay's coming off the injury too. I would go John Brown there.
That's fair. Appreciate it. Thumbs up for me. Appreciate you for leaving that thumbs up.
Yeah, if you guys haven't done so already, you guys leave the thumbs up. It helps us out tremendously. And subscribe if you haven't done that already. Also, if you're new to the channel.
Is that how do you say that? Prodigimal?
I have no idea. We're gonna need We're gonna need you to write that out phonetically for us going forward.
Facts. Dylan Patel, Flex, PPR, Kelly, Slayton, Gurley. Give me Slayton there personally, especially in that full PPR. Good morning, fellas. Hurst, Mixon, Fournette. I just can't. I can't not play Mixon there.
I know. I know it's gross. With the way Mixon has kind of burned people that took him in the first round. And I mean, had you listened to us in the offseason, you probably wouldn't have done that. But I think you can Mixon's still an every week start. I think he's he's going to be RB 12 to 15 every single week.
Yeah,
that's what my problem with Mixon was, and that's where I had him ranked going into the season because I was his upside is not top 6. People who have him in the top 6 are fooling themselves.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I'm assuming that means CEH or
yeah.
Yeah, CH or Montgomery PPRs. I'm still
Yeah,
going with CH there. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, not much to elaborate there. Jeremy Barr says 1 point PPR need 1 running back and 2 flex. Johnson, Gibson, Valdez-Scantling, Hilton. I would personally go with Johnson, Gibson, and Hilton. I know Scantling's got a decent match. Actually, he doesn't because he's going against the Saints.
Devontae Adams isn't playing though.
Doubtful.
I don't think, right? Like it said he's doubtful. I guess he's trying to push to play or something like that.
Don't play Adams, please. Play the Saints.
No, who do the Colts play? Who's T.Y. Hilton now?
Jets.
No, they played him last. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I would go
yeah.
T.Y. Hilton then. Yeah, over Marcus Valdez-Scantling for sure.
My boy Jared, a little Hamiltonian action here. Dan Bud, Singletary, Gibson at flex this week. I currently have Gibson literally like 2 spots ahead of Singletary, but that one's a toss-up for me. I would probably go Gibson given that.
And they're back-to-back in my rankings. Yeah. I actually have Singletary 1 spot ahead.
I have Gibson at 18 right now and Singletary at 21. So
I have Gibson at 18, but I have Singletary at 17.
That's fair. Actually, you know what? It has Gurley up here. I'm going to drop Gurley. I didn't realize they had him up here. So now, yeah, okay. It's Gibson 18 and Singletary 19. Of course, James Robinson got locked in at 20, so that's why he jumped from 21 to 19. So I would go Gibson there personally. It takes a little more guts to do so. I think Singletary is a much safer play, but the upside of Gibson on any single given week is astronomical. So it just depends on your overall tolerance.
Singletary has shown really good upside though. When Frank Gore was hurt last year, they gave him like a lot of touches. Singletary. Yeah. So I have a feeling he's going to get like a high touch baseline, like a 20+ carry game.
This honestly comes down to the matchup for me personally. Like the Rams defense has been playing really good to start the season.
The Browns run defense has been good too.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair. I mean,
receiving wise, I think if Gibson gets a couple targets, he can do some damage, but their run defense has actually been pretty good.
That's fair. Standard.
So easily Jordan Reed.
Jordan Reed is literally like a top 7 tight end. Yeah, he's a top 7 tight end for me this week. I think I have it 7 or 8. Like, dude, there's nobody else.
Is Jack Doyle playing? Do we know?
No, I believe he got ruled out.
Okay, so if he's not playing, I like Mo Alley Cox as a streamer, but yeah, I think Jordan Reed is the number 1 streaming tight end this week for sure, especially in a standard too, with the way he was using the red zone last week.
Definitely agree there. Shalom, what's up, guys? Yes, my little Zeke PFP. I remember you, Shalom. Start Gibson and flex today or Watkins, and if Watkins doesn't play Monday, pick up Robinson just in case.
I just start Gibson.
Yeah, don't make a complicated. Just start Gibson there. He's a much better option than
don't worry. If you're playing on Yahoo, I have a feeling I know why you're asking this question. Is because Yahoo has Gibson's projected points at like 6.5 for some reason. Like I don't know who's doing their projections, but they should be fired. Yeah,
agreed there. Benson says Gordon, Drake, or Connor full PPR. In order, I would rank them Drake, Connor, Gordon.
Drake. I'm pretty sure Drake's like my running back 3 on the week. So Drake,
really,
yeah, dude. Drake is going to go.
I have my like Drake, 8 or
Drake
9.
Has been very predictable.
Yeah, that's fair.
In terms of what matchups he blows up in, and this is the type of matchup he would blow up in. So I think like he's in all my DFS lineups. He was my lock of the week on the DFS show. So yeah, Drake, Connor, and then Gordon for sure.
Hey guys, Odell or McKinnon full PPR. Give me McKinnon there pretty easily personally.
I would say it's pretty easily Odell for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we might have to make a little.
They're the definition of a pass funnel defense.
We might have to make a little wager on that too.
Yeah, I would go Odell just because one, it's full PPR. We assume McKinnon's going to get passing down work, but Jeff Wilson has been involved in that area as well, so we don't know if he's like 100% going to get it. And I mean, there's also just a disparity between where me and Danny see McKinnon. Yeah. I think McKinnon's absolute ceiling for touches is 15 this week. I think he's not getting more than 15 touches.
I disagree. I know this is a little narrative-y, but I mean, apparently when Mostert and Coleman got ruled out, Kyle Shanahan actually went on record and said that the team obviously is devastated by the injuries, but they're kind of excited to see McKinnon in like a bigger role for the team. Because basically when they signed them 2 years ago, like Shanahan handpicked him, said, okay, this is the running back I want for my system.
Before he got injured, I was like, oh man, like he was like a second round pick and I was willing to pay it.
Yeah, no, he's basically what Kenyon Drake was this year, pretty much.
Pretty much. I like McKinnon, and he could get 14 touches this week and have 200 yards because that's the type of player he is. But I'm going to go with I think the guaranteed volume is there for Odell this week. Not many weeks I would say that about Odell, but this week I think it's there.
That's fair. I would go with the upside of McKinnon personally.
Waller, so easy.
Well, yeah, not close there. Humphreys, Hollywood, Galladay. Go with the middle two personally.
Okay, Humphreys,
That one comes down to matchup.
I think if Kenny's playing, you got to play him out of those options. Or sorry, Hollywood, you 100% play. And then I think if Kenny's playing, you play him over those guys. Even though I do think, like, I wouldn't be shocked if Adam Humphries outscores Kenny Golladay this week, because I think Adam Humphries has been involved without AJ Brown in the lineup, and I think he's going to continue to be involved. And if you're looking for a late or a deep tournament play for DFS, I think Humphries isn't a bad option.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, if you want to go a little contrarian there, I don't mind that on a DFS play. But in terms of actual season long, just go with the guarantee.
Yeah, I think you got to go Hollywood and Kenny there.
Lawrence says, "Good morning. Thanks for all the advice. I have a trade question. Can I keep Diggs? Keep Diggs personally. I mean, the way Diggs has been playing, we do have Hollywood ranked higher this week, but that's because Diggs is going to be shadowed by Jalen Ramsey. Rest of the season outlook, what Diggs has been able to show in terms of his rapport with Josh Allen, in terms of both volume, efficiency, touchdowns. I mean, he's the leading receiver in the NFL right now.
Yeah, and so my thing with Diggs is, and I'm pretty sure the reason you're probably asking this question is because I've heard this on numerous other podcasts, like the big name people are saying to sell Diggs right now. And I couldn't disagree more.
Yeah, I think if people
Diggs,
are willing to sell,
Diggs
buy him.
has found a home. And the reason why is I've tweeted this out before, but Diggs has never been used as a number one receiver. He has never been moved into the slot like guys like Allen Robinson, Michael Thomas, Devontae Adams are moved into the slot to get away from shadow corners and stuff. He's also never been used in the red zone. And he's also never had a target share like he has right now. He's got 22 targets through 2 games. He had I saw Ian Hartz tweeted out he had 24 targets through 5 weeks last year. He's being peppered with targets because he's actually that good, and he's being used the way he should have been used in Minnesota, but for whatever reason they didn't want to they wanted to run the ball all the time. And I think Diggs is going to be a top 12 receiver this year, to be honest, from what we've seen so far out of him. I don't want to trade Diggs unless it's for someone I wouldn't even trade him for Allen Robinson right now.
I wouldn't trade him for Adam Thielen, personally.
That's really close, but yeah, I probably would keep Diggs.
As crazy as it sounds, I actually mentioned this in the Thrive Fantasy show. I basically mentioned if Diggs has a good week against Jalen Ramsey this week, I think he's a unanimous top 6 to 8 receiver.
Yeah.
Easily.
If they're able to use him, because Ramsey doesn't travel to the slot. So if we see, this is going to be a thing I tweet, make sure you're following me along on Twitter on Monday, because I'm going to tweet this out if this happens. If Diggs is used 50% in the slot this week or something, that means they are building the offense around him and they intend to get him targets regardless of his matchup, which is great news if you own him. And the really annoying part for me is that I only have 1 share in my 7 leagues of Stephon Diggs, even though he was
in our dyno. In our dyno.
In our dynasty. That's the only share I have of him. I don't have any shares of him in redraft. People snipe me on him a couple times.
Yep. I definitely agree there in terms of Diggs. But Corey mentioned on Twitter, so I'll quickly show you guys our ats on Twitter. If you guys haven't already checked us out on Twitter, make sure you go. I'm at DannyFootball59 on Twitter. Corey is Football Stock on Twitter. So
800 followers, dude. Try to get me there.
Yeah, I'm a little lagging behind. I'm at about 745 right now. So if you want to boost me up a little bit, definitely appreciate that. But yeah, we're definitely very active Twitter people. So especially too, if you want a more you want to DM us on Twitter about a start sit or anything like that, trade ideas, our DMs are open. We're definitely meant for the people. We want to help you guys win your fantasy football championships. And if that means you guys messaging us, we're going to answer any DMs that you guys leave for us. So go ahead and do that. Little quick plug, had to leave that there for the live stream, but full PPR, flex spot, Malcolm Brown, Gallup, Lazard, and Ingram or Ertz. So I would go with Gallup and Ertz there.
I would as well. And quickly, just on the subject of supporting us and stuff, we're going to be starting up a Patreon, and it's not going to be what you think. We're not going to be charging for this live stream. We're not going to be charging for our weekly rankings. We're going to do all that stuff for free. We're going to continue to do all that stuff for free still. But what you're going to get is kind of exclusive access with me and Danny. So we'll make a Twitter group chat that you can be a part of, where it's just me and Danny, and we're going to keep our noties on for it and stuff. We're not going to mute it. So anytime you want to ask us questions and all that kind of stuff, it's more going to be person to person type stuff. And then also just general support. If you feel like leaving donations or whatever, you can do that through Patreon, because I know super chats, 30% of it goes to YouTube. So if you want to support us more directly, I believe only 10% of it goes to Patreon. So
definitely. It's not like a must. You don't have to feel obligated to support us, but if you want to support the channel, that's in your own good willing or whatever you want to call it. We'll definitely leave the Patreon link, but don't feel like you're obligated. You have to do so. It's just if you have an extra bit and you like the content, feel free. But I'm gonna start talking about money because
Let's get into this here.
Let's stop that. People are coming for the start sit, so let's go help these people out. Corey, tight end was just okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Jeff says Marvin Jones and Kareem Hunt at flex PPR. My other wide receivers are Gallup and Schuster, RBs Eckler and Mixon.
I like Marvin Jones there, especially if Kenny's playing, taking away Patrick Peterson.
No, I agree there with Bush. Hurst or Jonnu after Julio news for PPR. I'm still going Jonnu there. I love Hurst as well, but man, Jonnu's nearing on must start every week, given how he's been used. So, I mean, and then again, you could also use the same argument that AJ Brown's expected to be out as well for several weeks. I heard apparently the bone bruise in his leg is pretty significant, is what the news actually got reported today. So keep an eye out on the AJ Brown type of recovery time because it might take longer than expected. Ben says Jonnu. Appreciate seeing you back, Ben, as well. Jasper says standard need to Waller, Brown,
Waller and John Brown for me, Jasper.
Easily for me as well. Cut LaVisca, Miller, or Minshew to pick up a kicker.
Miller.
Easily there. Cameron Watson, give me Cam pretty significantly there. I'm assuming you're the same.
I'm sitting Watson for like 14 other quarterbacks this week. You know, one of them was Minshew, so take that for what it's worth. But I don't think Watson's going to have a great game this week.
Starting slate. Those are the right two in my opinion, Sam, on who to start there.
Yeah, I agree.
This guy says thank you. No problem. This guy. Half PPR, Galladay, Moore, or Marquise Brown at flex. Thanks, guys. I think the safer plays given the Galladay injury are going to be Moore and Brown for you there, personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Ben says pick up MVS this week, playing Atlanta next week. That's solid, especially if what's his face, AJ Terrell is still on the rack.
Yeah, I think my worry with MVS in general is just like
the volatility of
him and Lazard to start.
Yeah, I was gonna say the volatility of the second option on the Packers is kind of worrisome because, to be honest, their wide receiver two is Aaron Jones.
Third option because the second option is Aaron Jones.
Yeah, agreed. Kyle says another familiar face on the channel. Full PPR pick 2: Slayton, Lamb, Gage, Edelman, Robbie Anderson. I would go with the first two personally. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I mean, Edelman's kind of intriguing, but I actually think those are all great options, to be honest, because I think Robbie Anderson probably has a great game in this one too. Patriots play the Raiders. If you're looking for a floor, I would play Edelman over Lamb because I think there's a chance that one of the Cowboys receivers disappoints, and it could be Lamb, could be Gallup, could be Cooper. Like, I don't know who it is, but I think you don't really want to sit players in that game though either. So I would probably go Slayton and Lamb as well. But if you're like up already, maybe you had like James Robinson go on Thursday night or some shit. I would probably go with Edelman for the floor because I think he's going to have a good game against the Raiders Nichols, who've just not been good.
Personally, if I'm replacing one of Slayton or Lamb, I would keep Lamb in the lineup and go with Edelman over Slayton if you need the security.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I don't hate that either because Slayton's target share hasn't been like the greatest. I just think this is a Slayton week, and he's been relatively predictable in terms of what games he goes off as well. So I kind of see him a lot safer than most people do. Yeah,
that's fair. A lot of people are lower on him in general as well. Also, is it reasonable to replace Gurley with Gibbs? I would have already done that, to be honest.
Like, David Montgomery's on your waiver wire. Go pick him up and drop early.
Yes.
Maybe not drop early. Maybe try and trade him. But like, David Montgomery needs to be owned.
Yeah. Gibson and Montgomery are the two there that you need for the record. Salvatore, another familiar face or name.
Salvatore Giamo.
Yeah. My Italian brother.
Yeah, I'm not Italian.
Starting wide, I am, but starting wide receiver Ridley. Which other wide receiver start? With Ridley, okay. If you didn't have Ridley, I would say Gage, but because I have Ridley, I don't really want to stack two receivers from the same team unless you're doing like a Godwin and Evans. So in that case, I would probably just go with. I don't think it's a bad Corey Davis there.
Ridley and Gage, but I think I would have Corey Davis over Gage anyway. So I would go Ridley and Davis.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, with like the fine line there, like Gage and Corey Davis being pretty similar this week, in my opinion. The fact that you already have really kind of makes it easier for Gage.
I mean, I have him for Davis anyway, so that's why I would go Davis.
Thanks, guys. All the bomb. Appreciate that, Dylan. JML is just abbreviation. Oh, so Pro D JML. Okay, that makes sense. Not Pro Jimmel.
Yeah, no, that's we're stupid with names.
Aaron says, any thoughts on Boyd or Deshaun Jackson? I would go with Boyd because I do think on the outside there, AJ Green's going to have a hard time with Darius Slay, and the Eagles just frankly, Nicole Roby-Coleman has not been playing well recently.
Yeah, I think Boyd is the play.
So, we saw Cooper Kupp actually absolutely tear him one last week.
Scoring format might make a difference for me. If it's full PPR, I would definitely go Boyd. If it's standard, I would probably go to Deshaun Jackson. But if it's half PPR or full, I would go Boyd.
Definitely fair. PPR have Lockett, McLaurin. Do I play Galladay or N'Keal Harry at flex? Give me Galladay there. Again, N'Keal Harry still has kind of question marks in his own right, in my opinion.
He had a lot of targets. I know that's really good, and especially because the Raiders' corners are despite what the Saints showed, the Raiders' corners aren't good.
Yeah.
So I would probably lean Galladay over N'Keal Harry, but I honestly don't want to play Kenny Galladay, and I've said this already. I really don't want to.
That's fair. Thanks, guys. You're right. I play on Yahoo. Picked it out right there.
The only reason I knew it is because all my redraft leagues except for one are on Yahoo, and I have Gibson in all three of them, and it says a 6.7 point fucking projection. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about right now? They have McCole Hardman, who's plays 20% of snaps, has a higher projection.
Sickening. Yeah. the one redraft league that you have that's not on Yahoo is actually our league. So
boys, I think I have Devontae Adams in that league. I better take him out of the fucking lineup.
Good little reminder. Yeah, let me set my lineups real quick too. Now that I think about it, I think I have Julio Jones in a ton of leagues as well. So, Lucas, by the way, started MT and Julio in the draft.
Pardon?
Lucas in the draft started MT and Julio.
Yeah, imagine going 0 wide receiver or 0 running back because running backs get hurt too much. Serves you right.
And I love you, Lucas. But thoughts on who to gamble on between Peterson and Freeman? Oh, he's forced to play either of those two. I would go Peterson because Freeman is still playing against the Niners front. I know it's kind of decimated, but
I don't like either of them.
I trust Peterson against the Cardinals more than I trust Freeman against.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like either of these guys at all.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same.
Actually, give me Peterson just in hope for a touchdown because I think Swift is probably not going to get a goal line carry if there's a goal line carry in this game. So I would probably go with just Peterson there.
Yeah.
Plus Peterson's a better running back, which is kind of funny. It's 37.
Chum says Fournette or Gibson. Gibson pretty easily for me there.
Yeah. This is going to be a really key and interesting game for the Bucs running back split to see how it goes. I have a feeling it's going to be Rojo this week, and everyone's going to lose their mind and be like, oh my God, this is the Patriots backfield now that Tom Brady's here. I guarantee that's going to be the narrative next week. This week it was, how come they're not using Gronkowski? It's because he sucks. But either way, I think Fournette's going to disappoint a lot of people if they just assume he's an every week starter now.
All right, let's try to speed up the answers a little bit because we have a ton of questions unattended to.
Yeah, all right, let's rip through these.
Which player, Montgomery, Fournette, David Johnson, or Gibson? Give me Montgomery there if you only have to start one. Joe says 1 point PPR flex, Johnson or Slayton. If you're looking for upside, I would go with Slayton. If you're looking for floor because of the touch volume, I would go with David Johnson.
Regardless.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go quickly to the super chat. So we left off on Joe Volpe. I just noticed we had a super chat right there. Russ the Must, $4.99. Appreciate that super chat from you, Russ. Yo, was just offered Devontae Adams and Miles Sanders for smash that before we can even reconsider that.
Calvin Ridley's clearly having a breakout Chris Godwin type season, but Devontae Adams, once he's back, is going to be as good as Calvin Ridley. Plus Miles Sanders over Kareem Hunt any day of the week.
Yeah, definitely agree there. Again, appreciate that $4.99 super chat from you, Russ. So we left off on Joe, correct?
Yes. So we're on Tom Brady or Big Ben. I like both of them this week, but I'm going to go with Big Ben.
Yep. Marcus says Chubb or Deontay Johnson. Can be Chubb there personally.
Yep.
It's pretty close, but yeah, I'd go Chubb. Fournette or Corey Davis. PPR, I think you got Corey Davis. Yep. Kevin, Fournette or Corey. Oh, does back-to-back. Okay, it just sent twice. Good morning, studs. Who would you start, CeeDee Lamb or Montgomery? Full PPR. In a full PPR, I start CeeDee. But, I want to know who your other running backs are because I do think Montgomery is a really good start this week. But, yeah, out of those two options specifically, I'll go with CeeDee. Full PPR. Pick two. Boyd, Gage, Judy. Yeah, first two. Zach Gomez says Jordan Reed or Boston Scott. Jordan Reed easily for me personally.
Yeah, you can drop Boston Scott.
Yeah, agreed there. Kevin says Fournette, Corey Davis. Oh, he already said that. Okay. Chris Cross, PPR, OBJ, Galladay, Woods. Give me OBJ and Galladay personally. I know you go. I know you would.
I've already said it.
Yeah,
but I don't want to start Galladay if I can help it.
Ben says if Allen really has taken a jump as a passer, Diggs is untouchable. Definitely agree.
Even
there
if
with
he
you,
hasn't,
Ben.
They're making it so that Diggs is so easy for Josh Allen to get the ball to that it doesn't even matter if he's been taking a step as a passer.
Yep, agreed there. Pick one PPR. Okay, you already said that. Tyler says, "How's it going, fellas? Let's have a great Sunday too." Appreciate that, Tyler. Nice to see another familiar face on the channel. Kevin. Okay, he's spamming it. Charging for nudes. Ooh, I mean
noodles. Yeah, we're charging for noodles.
Yeah, I mean, like that Mr. Noodles right there. All right, Kevin. We see your question, Kevin KK. Just can you please not spam it 7-8 times in the chat for us, please? Like we saw it. We were just catching up. In that case, let me know when the page up is set up. Appreciate that, Tyler. Appreciate that. Again, a nice familiar face with Tyler Flett on the channel. We've noticed you for the past 5-6 live streams. So definitely definitely like that Cam AVI you got rocking there too. Chaos says Deontay or David Johnson, half PPR. Give me Deontay Johnson there.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. No problem, Jasper. Tyler says you guys both have DK downloaded.
I do, but I don't have any money on my DK account because I primarily use FanDuel. And
Same with me.
I don't know why. I just do better on FanDuel for whatever reason. The reason construction just seems easier for me.
The reason why I don't have DK downloaded right now is because I used to play on DK, and then it made me verify my account, and I forgot to do that 2-3 years ago. And then when I noticed it the other day, I'm like, I emailed them. Oh, how do I activate my account? And you got to send your your ID information, shit like that. I'm like, oh, that's just too tedious. Let me just stick to FanDuel. But yeah, okay, Kevin again. I'm not gonna show that. J&D, DJ Moore, Robert Woods, full PPR. Give me DJ Moore there personally. I'm assuming you're the same.
Yeah, I would go DJ Moore. Before we get into the next question, I have a start sit question for you guys that I talked to Danny about before we started the show. So I had DJ Chark as my primary, my third flex option, and he was out for the game against the Dolphins. So I have to choose to start either Michael Pittman Jr., KJ Hamler, or J.K. Dobbins. So leave your response in the chat if you want to help me out there, because I mean we're all in this together.
For sure. Sovicia says full PPR, 2 flex, 2 wide receiver, 1 flex, Juju, Moore, Woods, A-Rob, Will Fuller, Montgomery, Green. Give me A-Rob, DJ Moore, and Montgomery out of those options.
2 wide receivers. You're gonna sit Juju?
Oh, I didn't even know. Okay, yeah, no.
Juju,
I didn't even
DJ Moore, and A-Rob for me.
Give me Juju, A-Rob, and Montgomery for me.
You're gonna sit DJ Moore?
Against the Chargers?
They haven't been good.
They haven't?
Casey Hayward hasn't been good, but Chris Harris is supposed to be on Mike Williams, apparently.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, no.
They're not using him as a nickel.
Chris Harris.
Or sorry, they are using him. They're only using him as a nickel. They're not using him as an outside corner. They're leaving Michael Davis in there as the outside corner instead of using Chris Harris. What they should be doing is using Chris Harris and Casey Hayward as the primary 2 corners.
And then Desmond King.
They go to nickel, bring in either Desmond King in the slot or move Chris Harris to the slot.
Yeah,
Desmond King is playing strong safety right now because Derwin's out. So I don't know.
Actually, and I thought that's at half PPR and a full PPR. I'd go with the receivers over Montgomery.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but man, I don't know. I love DJ Moore. It's just I don't know.
13 targets last week, dude.
Yeah.
I think you got to play him.
He's still my guy. So I mean, if you want that
Corey Davis for real, as long as AJ Brown is out, Corey Davis is 100% for real.
Agreed. Edelman, Galladay, Scary Terry as a flex. Give me Scary Terry out of those guys. I actually have Scary Terry as my wide receiver 7 on this week. I know that's gutty, but
I have him as my wide receiver 14, so he's pretty high for me as well. But yeah, Scary Terry for sure.
Kyle says, "Thank you, fellas. Appreciate the help. Anytime, Kyle." And then another spam from Kevin.
All right, I already got Logan Thomas starting due to Kittle injury.
All right,
okay, keep that in.
Kevin, you're gonna be in timeout for a bit. I just noticed that was a feature on StreamYard. So
that's cool.
I already got Logan Thomas starting due to Kittle injury. I like that. Thank you guys. No problem, Sal. Yo, need some advice? I was just offered Devontae Adams. Oh, right, we answered that for you. Oh, okay. He just all right. Dope. Bobby Woods or Michael Gallup? Give me Bobby Woods slightly there because of the full PPR aspect.
I don't know. I think I'd start Michael Gallup.
It's close. Flex
it's really close.
Harry or Hunt? Give me Hunt there personally.
Yeah.
Brian says got hit with injuries. Do I want wide receiver as? I would go Slayton there. Personally, I don't know. I'm assuming you're saying.
Yeah, I would also go Slayton.
Tight end start Logan or Sample. Is that Logan? If that's Logan Thomas, give me Logan Thomas over Sample this week. His usage, for the record, dude, he has a 26.5% target market share on the Redskins right now, or the football team right now.
Yeah,
the same as Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, I know. He's been targeted a lot.
Yeah. Second most in the league of the tight ends. Russ says easy accept. Yep. Or Ben says easy accept to Russ. Okay, yeah, that was the super chat. Galloper Cup. I go Cup. Yep. Travis says Fanter Waller against New England. Sanders scoring. There's no way I can sit Waller given his usage. I mean, he has a 35% target market share on the Raiders right now. He is the wide receiver one.
You can't. You're right. You can't do it. But would I be shocked if Fant outscored him? Because Fant has the best matchup on the field of the Broncos pass catchers. And Waller, I've heard some rumblings that they're going to use Gilmore on Waller because, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, if Ruggs is out, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Even if, to be honest, even if
I don't think you can. If you have the balls to do it, then you can go ahead and start Fant over Waller. But I do think Waller, you just have to play because of the target share.
Heck, if you can, I want to know who your flex is because, I wouldn't even be opposed to starting both.
Yeah, to be honest. Not a bad
idea. Nikhil Harry says, Kyle says, Nikhil Harry banged up Galladay. Give me Galladay there pretty easily, personally. Yeah. Gibson, Robbie Anderson. Give me Gibson.
Yeah, but I like Robbie Anderson this week too.
Yep, agreed. Hell no. Oh, to the yeah, no, I would do the Adams and Sanders for Ridley and Hunt. Half PPR, pick 2, Robinson, Lockett, Edelman. This week, it's A-Rob and Lockett for me. They're both top 9 receivers in my rankings for this upcoming week.
Yeah, I would go with those 2 as well.
Yep. Edelman or Galladay as a flex today. I think Edelman is a much safer play. So, yeah. Mike Davis, MVS, or D-Jax in the flex. Thanks for all the help, guys.
We didn't get more Mike Davis questions, to be honest.
Yeah. Facts. I would go Mike Davis out of those options, too, to be honest.
D-Jax is intriguing, but yeah, I think I would go with Mike Davis as well.
Agreed. Flex, Slayton or Davis. I would go Slayton there. There it is. Now they're coming in. By the way, Gerbil, another familiar face on the channel as well. Actually, just noticed the PFP. That PFP is elite for the record.
Well, we got a graphic designer on our hands.
Facts. Tannehill or Burrow. Thank you, sir. It's going to be a great day. Give me Tannehill there, though I do like the matchup with Burrow against the Eagles personally. They have looked absolutely depleted on defense, but give me Tannehill against the Vikings. They've looked just as bad. Their secondary is absolutely banged up. I think
Tannehill's like a top 6 quarterback for me on the week. I think he's just going to go absolutely ham bone.
Yeah, he King Sun says Tannehill as well. Gerbil, I have OBJ and Godwin and Kamara and Chubb. Flex, give me Slayton there.
Yeah.
JK for your flex.
Oh, he's answering my question. Yeah, JK, man, JK is just it's half PPR, by the way. It's not full PPR. But JK, I don't trust the Ravens backfield, man. It's every week it's a different guy. I don't know. JK is the guy I'm leaning right now, but I also think those 2 receivers that I mentioned, Hamler and Pittman, could have way better games, and JK could play 20% of the snaps. So I'd just be super disappointed.
Agreed there. Pick one wide receiver and 1 flex. Woods, Slayton, Deshaun, Hunt, and Kelly. It would personally, I think it would. This may sound gutty, but man, I think I'm going with Slayton and Kelly there. It would depend on format. If it's a full PPR, obviously you go Woods over Kelly, but half or standard, I think I'm going Kelly over Woods.
I think this is an Eckler game. I'm going to go Woods and Slayton.
That's fair. Hamler low key. I think that's what I said for you too.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it, man.
And then another. So we get 3 different.
Every single answer. I'm just
So Tyler, talking about the game, says no money needed, just a fun game between us. Pick a receiver and a running back, both 4,500 or below. If they get a touchdown, I'll drop a bigger donation. The bolder the pick, the higher the donation.
Okay.
Ooh. All right.
I'll dig it. Set it up, and we'll hit us in our DMs, and we'll give you our DK usernames and stuff.
Sounds good. Henry or Goddard, I will definitely be donated to the Patreon in the future as well. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that, by the way, Jeffrey. And out of those options, give me Hunter Henry. I think he's going to definitely have a really good game against the Carolina Panthers for this week. So give me Henry. Give me Pittman. The Jets suck. That's fair.
That is valid analysis.
That's fair.
Pittman is actually, for the record, currently who I have in right now.
Yeah. That is definitely fair. MVS, Galladay, or Fuller. Out of those options, again, Fuller's kind of banged up as well. MVS, we don't really know what's happening. I'm still going Galladay there. I think it's kind of a little too risky, I guess, to go with the other options. Michael Pittman, 92% snap share. Agree. Appreciate that, Ben. Yep.
Is that game at 1:00? Because I have a feeling
that's at 1.
Well, I'm down in my game right now because I had Minshew and the other guy had.
I'm pretty sure. No, I remember. I thought it was at 1. And then I actually checked.
It is at 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was at 1, and then it was at 425. The reason why, because I remember yesterday saying, "Oh, why the heck would the NFL put Jets, Colts, anything but a 1 o'clock game?" And then my roommate's like, "Oh, they're actually at 425." I'm like, "Oh, well,
yeah."
Okay.
Well, okay. So my thing is, if I'm down going into the 4 o'clock games, I might use Dobbins just because he has probably the highest upside. But I'm also not going to know that because I have my two best running backs are Aaron Jones, or my two running backs are Aaron Jones and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and they both play not during the 1 p.m. slate. They're both in Sunday and Monday Night Football, so I'm probably not going to know what my situation is. But I mean, if he drops a shit ton of points on me, then I'll probably have to go for the ceiling.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair there. So we'll get to some more questions. We just got the notification for Kevin. Should I start AJ Green or Devontae Adams? With Devontae Adams being doubtful, what is AJ Green at 1 o'clock?
I think you have to play AJ Green.
Agreed. Is AJ Green at 1?
Pardon? Yeah, he is.
Okay, yeah. Just start AJ Green. I know it sucks sitting Devontae Adams if he ends up playing, but he's doubtful. I just wouldn't take the risk.
Yeah, apparently he's gonna push through it. No. Even if he does play, if he's banged up, he's gonna have Marshawn Lattimore in shadow coverage. There's maybe I know he's super good, so there's a 10% chance he's really good in this game, but bad matchup, banged up. Probably not even going to play in general. You just can't play him, I don't think.
Agreed. Sorry, we just skipped that by accident.
Brady
or Breeze. Yep, same. Marvin Jones, Gallup or Slayton. Give me Gallup or Slayton there. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. Slayton. Those guys are all so close for me in my rankings. Gallup, Slayton, and Marvin Jones. I think I would go Slayton, but I don't blame you for going Gallup or Jones.
They're all top 30 receivers for me this week. Travis says, y'all the best. Thank you. You made my day. Appreciate that, Travis. Glad you're enjoying the content that we're bringing out for you. WE says, rank Fournette, Singletary, McKinnon. So I'd go McKinnon, Singletary, Fournette in that order. I know you would go Singletary, McKinnon, Fournette, correct?
Yes.
All right. So we just flip-flop on Singletary, McKinnon. Whole PPR. Yep. Okay. We just got that for you. Oh, he added the scoring format. Yeah, by the way, I appreciate that. If you can, leave the scoring format of your league as well. So you see
for quarterback questions and stuff too. If you can leave one quarterback in Superflex, if it's a trade question regarding quarterbacks and stuff, that definitely helps us out. Yeah,
that or full PPR, half point, standard, everything. But Joseph says, thank you guys. No problem, Joseph. Appreciate having you here. Jackson says, start 2, bench 1, full point PPR.
I'm starting the first 2.
Yeah.
Full PPR from DJ Moore and Keenan Allen. I think they're going to get a lot of targets this week.
Agreed. Ridley, Marvin Jones, McLaurin, Edelman. Pick 2 in standard. So remember it's standard.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
And you don't say McLaurin either.
Yeah. So there you go. Prescott or Trubisky. That's not close for me. Prescott's my QB2.
Yeah, that's definitely Dak Prescott.
Prescott's my QB2 on the week. So unless you have Russell Wilson, I'm not sitting Dak Prescott. So yeah. PD says half PPR, Diggs, Singletary, Kenny G. First 2 for me.
Yep.
Young Vision says, would you start DJ Moore and Robert Anderson if you had them both on your rock? I wouldn't hate it. If you don't have any better options to start other than Robbie Anderson, he's on a torrid, fuming start right now. So if you have to start both of them, I definitely wouldn't be opposed to that, especially with the target share that Christian McCaffrey would have absorbed, him being out for the next few weeks. I wouldn't be shocked if DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson are both very viable fantasy assets for the both present and future. So there you go. Harry or Cook, Jonnu or Goddard, non PPR. Thanks, guys. Give me Cooks and Jonnu there personally.
I'm going to start Harry over Cooks, man. I don't want anything to do with the Texans offense if I can help it. And David Johnson's really the only guy I'm willing to start on their team, including the quarterback. I don't want to start Brandon Cooks because Brandon Cooks is a downfield receiver, and there's no chance in hell that Deshaun Watson has time to get downfield.
That's fair. Gurley or Montgomery, Sander, give me Montgomery pretty easily there.
Jonnu and Goddard too.
Oh, you said Jonnu, right?
Yeah, definitely Jonnu.
Okay. Yeah, I did as well. Gurley or Montgomery, Standard, give me Montgomery there pretty easily. I'm assuming you're the same.
Yeah.
Young Vision, how does Frank Gore do today? All my backs are hurt. He's my best play. I think he'll have volume, but
you better hope he falls into the end zone because that's probably the only chance of him returning value. But 21 carries, nothing to sneeze at last week. So he'll probably have 21 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown if he has a good game. So
yeah, when you're talking about it, I think if he doesn't score, his ceiling is 9 points.
Yeah.
So, but if he does score, he gives you a 14, 15 point week. I can definitely see that in the range of possibilities. So, flex spot, start John Brown, Robbie Anderson, Jarvis, or Gurley. Full PPR. Thanks. I would go with
first 2 for me.
Yeah. I would go John Brown.
I would too, but Robbie and
I like Robbie as well, but
I like Robbie Anderson a lot too. Oh, actually, earlier when I said Mike Williams is going to get Chris Harris, I was wrong. I meant Robbie Anderson is going to get Chris Harris. That's what I meant to say. Sorry.
That doesn't even. Why though?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I said that and it didn't make sense because they're on the same team. But
start 2 in standard. Woods more Deontay Johnson. I would go more in Johnson.
Yeah, that's what I would do as well.
Be good says starting Drake, Kelly, and Eckler. It could pay off playing both. Yeah, no, they're both great options for me this week. I actually have Eckler as my RB7 on the week and Kelly as my RB23. So I definitely think both are really good starts for this week, for the record. And then Drake, I mean, you touch upon that matchup against the Lions. They just coming off an absolute shredding against the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Jones. So I definitely think starting both those Chargers backs in addition to Drake is definitely a good option this week. Galladay, Hunt, Waller, Mike Davis at flex. This is going to sound gutty. Give me Waller, man. Give me Waller. His target share, the way he's being used, I know the matchup's tough against New England, but man, that volume that he's been receiving, 35% target market share of the Raiders, literally 9% higher than any other tight end in the league right now. Man, Waller's making us look super smart and making a bunch of fantasy analysts that were like fading him.
And I hated the narrative around him. He was so good last year. He's not going to be that good again. They added all these unproven pieces and he's proven, so they're going to take away targets from the proven asset and give them to the unproven assets. Like no one loves Henry Ruggs more than I do, and even I didn't buy that shit.
I loved Ruggs, I loved Edwards, but realistically, I mean, Darren Waller is such a freak. Like why would they not just absolutely force feed them the way they have been, for the record? I mean, what do you have, 18 targets last week? Like what the heck? To give a little better, he's talking about the Pittman. Oh, yeah, because he just said Jets suck.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty short and sweet.
Pretty bang
I'm
on.
looking up right now on Player Profiler. If you guys want to look this up and you don't have PFF, because, I mean, it's like a paid service. So Player Profiler later in the week, probably by like Friday and Saturday, also has wide receiver cornerback matchups. And currently they have him going up against Michael Pittman against Blessuan Austin.
Oh, Blessuan. Yeah, I remember him when he was coming out of college. I remember when he was coming out of college.
I don't remember him at all.
That's jokes. Yeah, I remember him when he was coming out of college. Little shout out there. Rip to those who started Minshew this week. He's worth starting. Yep, I definitely think he is. Just a little blip in the road, especially when DJ Chark is able to come back from, because missing DJ Chark in his overall stretch the field type role that he plays for that team, I mean, it absolutely hampered Minshew's ability to absolutely carve up the Dolphins. I mean, you saw it time and time again. He was just dumping off to James Robinson. Of course, as soon as I play him, 6 catches for 83 yards. Like, where did that come from?
That narrative about Gardner Minshew being the new Phillip Rivers, because like he gave Leonard Fournette 100 targets last year, and he's checking down to James Robinson constantly. Maybe he's the new guy that is checking down all the time. Also, rip to me, because I knew not to start Gardner Minshew once Chark was ruled out, and I had Tom Brady as my other quarterback, and I forgot to take Minshew out, and I left Minshew in. I'm like, it might work out, and then no, it did not.
Oh, so he's talking about Galladay, Hunt. Well, yeah, I would still go with Waller there personally. The sexiest man alive, Sexy Pats, Jared Hall tuning in. Attaboy. Love you, Sexy Pats. But hey, Sexy, should I go with Boyd or Gallup in half PPR? Give me Boyd there slightly. Yeah, I mean, I obviously, you know how much of a Gallup fan I am. We always talk about the Cowboys and the Patriots. You know that, Jared. But give me Boyd there. A little quick shout out to the boy, Sexy Pats. But, start AJ Green or Mike Williams. Too gutty, in my opinion, to start Mike Williams. I would just go with the volume of Green personally. Yeah,
I would as well.
Yep. Gurley and Chark for Carson, standard trade.
Yeah.
The way Carson's been playing,
I think I would do that.
Yeah. Just thinking that once McCaffrey comes back in that one dynasty league, Kamara, McCaffrey, Elliott, and Carson as my main backs. You gotta love it. We'll go straight to the super chat and get back. So we were at Ben.
So
nice. Stan Dang, appreciate that $5 super chat from you. Let's get right into your question. So half PPR, 2 different leagues. Boyd or Jonnu, Swift, Mike Williams, or Hawkinson. So in the first one and a half, that one's really close to me. I would go Boyd because of the way Nicole Roby-Coleman's been looking in the slot. I mean, Cooper Kupp tore him a new day last week. So although I love Jonnu, I would want to be
target share is higher than Jonnu's. I know Jonnu has a big play upside that Boyd really doesn't have. At least he hasn't showed it in a while. So I would go Tyler Boyd there. And in the second one, I think it's
Swift.
I think it's DeAndre Swift, but I honestly I wouldn't. I don't really feel strongly about any of those options this week. Swift just runs a lot of routes, and there's a chance he gets in the end zone, so I'll take Swift there.
Agreed there. I'd want to know for the first question, you're asking Boyd or John, who your other tight end option is, because, I mean, in terms of the actual tight end position.
Kelsey or someone else, I'd probably start Jonnu over, most other tight ends.
Yeah, I think I have Jonnu as my tight end 4 on the week for the record.
Yeah.
So let me get back. Where were we before that? Where did I say we lift off?
We were at we just finished Gurley and Chark. We're at Ben Newman.
Right. Panthers are going to be the Falcons light without CMC, insane passing. Yeah, exactly. Even the Buccaneers as well, for the record. The Buccaneers of last year.
That's why we love DJ Moore so much, was because of the Panthers passing volume. And it looks like Robbie Anderson's going to be a huge part of that too, which we kind of didn't see coming. But I still think they're both going to be top 24 receivers at the minimum every week.
Agreed. Kaleo asked James Conner or Josh Jacobs. I mean, it's closer than it should be because of how good Josh Jacobs is because of the matchup. But I would go with Josh Jacobs here. Now, I would want to know who your other running backs are as well, because James
Conner has a question right after this where he says, in my full PPR league. I don't know if that's 2 different leagues, but if the one is also full PPR, then it's easily Josh Jacobs for me over James Conner.
Yeah, so Josh Jacobs over Conner. But in the second one, I would go. Oh, it was Josh Jacobs
over Chubb too.
I was gonna say I thought it said Connor over Chubb, because I would actually put Connor over Chubb this week in full PPR.
Yeah, I don't hate that take, but yeah, Jacobs is becoming before it was in a full PPR league, I don't really like Jacobs as much. Now it's in a full PPR league, I like Jacobs more because he's getting targets.
Dude, he's literally having a Zeke type projection where Zeke after his rookie year, he only had 26 receptions. I don't know how the passing volume is going to end up being for him as he projects. Oh, they added these guys, that guy. But if the team wants to use a young running back in the passing game, they're just going to. So when you're looking at Josh Jacobs, I mean, his overall development curve is kind of similar to a guy like Zeke in terms of crazy rushing volume.
If you were following us back way in the offseason in June and July, I said Josh in 2005, John Gruden took a running back in the first round named Cadillac Williams. And in his first season, he didn't feature him in the passing game at all. And Cadillac Williams wasn't a good receiver either. And Josh Jacobs is. And they used Cadillac Williams. His targets doubled the next year in his second season.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely in the same boat as you there. I'm actually quickly going to edit my one FanDuel lineup. So
all right, I'll take care of these here. Robert Woods or Jerick McKinnon have PPR in the flex.
Give me McKinnon.
Probably go with Jerick McKinnon, but I don't blame you for going with Woods either.
Yeah. Here, let me click the next one. Sorry about that. Y'all just said in my FanDuel lineup.
Yes, I would 100% continue to stash J.K. Dobbins. I think.
Agreed.
If you can get someone to trade some heat for him, because I think it's going to require an injury for him to be a top 5 running back or some super crazy league winner type. But I do think he's going to be pretty valuable as the season goes on.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree there. And let's quickly go back to the super chat. So we left off at Eric Ferrugia. So we're at Nicholas Walsum. Remember that.
Yeah.
So Kaleo, appreciate that $5 super chat. Definitely means a lot. Glad to see you're enjoying the channel.
You got an OG here. He remembers the Cadillac Williams reference.
Attaboy. Here, OBJ. I hope OBJ shows out today. And yes, I remember. Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate you supporting the channel as well. And glad that you're able to remember that reference, because I think that was 3 months ago.
The first time I made that was
4 months ago. Dude, it was June. Legit. So no, definitely appreciate that the support that you're showing there. Right, so we left off on Nick. So so I'll say right off the bat, I would go with Evans and Allen there. Assuming you're the same. Here, let me just find another option for Sorry about that. Go with that right now.
I'm able to click these too, apparently.
Oh, you can? Okay, go for it then.
This is only you. Okay, so full PPR pick 2, Woods, Thielen, Slayton, and Landry. I'm gonna go with Thielen and Slayton, but I feel like the Slayton-Woods decision has come up a lot, to be honest, and I think it's pretty close, to be honest. I think if you're going to go with a target floor, I would go with Woods, but the ceiling is definitely on the side of Slayton.
Yeah, I agree there.
Maybe I can't click them. We must have just clicked them at the exact same time.
Full PPR, Hawkinson or Fant against. That one's close for me. I'm
That's
gonna go with
close to me. I think it's easily Fant.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have Hawkinson one spot higher.
Okay, hold on. Let me go to the next question, but I want to see if Fant is projected on Winfield or Jordan Whitehead, because if he's or Devin White even, because if he's on Winfield, it makes me a little bit more nervous because Winfield is just playing out of his mind right now. But Devin White and Jordan Whitehead have kind of struggled in coverage so far this season, so I definitely would take Fant over those guys in that matchup.
Yeah, that's fair. McKinnon or Goddard, that's pretty easily McKinnon for me. Let's speed up these questions as well so we can catch up to people before we head off. Andrews or Waller, currently going Andrews and half PPR.
Yeah, Fant is supposed to go up against Devin White, so yeah, I would definitely play Fant.
Andrews is one of the 2 tight ends I would actually take over Waller for the record. So I would go with Andrews there personally.
I'd find a way to get them both in your line if you can.
Easily. Full PPR and a flex. Fuller, Brown, or Deshaun Jackson. Give me Brown there personally. I'm assuming you're the same.
I'll go John Brown.
I'm assuming that's Galladay. Your boy Galloway, Joey Galloway.
Galloway, no.
Give me Evans and McLaurin there.
Yeah.
Bench one. Yeah, Evans and McLaurin.
Yeah.
Fournette, Mike Davis, or sneaky Jeff Wilson. Give me Mike Davis there.
Yeah, give me Mike Davis there as well. I think Jeff Wilson comes in third there as well. Even though I think he's going to disrupt McKinnon more so than be valuable himself.
Agreed. Full PPR, pick 2, Woods, Thielen, Slayton, Landry. Give me Thielen for sure. And the second option, I would go Slayton.
Slayton. Yeah, I would go Slayton also.
Mike take a gamble on Pittman over MVS. No, I would do that regardless, to be honest.
Yeah, I probably would do that too. I know Adams being out probably upgrades MVS, but I just like MVS is just a guy I never trust. Like he just seems to go off at random times.
Yeah, agreed. Cup or Galladay, sorry boys, you're all good. I would go with Cooper Kupp there. A lot safer option there personally.
Yeah, not even close for me.
Especially in a full PPR. Yep.
Yeah.
Alfredo says Terry, Marvin, Ridley, Davis, pick 2. So Ridley's definitely it's Ridley and Terry.
Yeah, for sure.
Ridley and Terry.
We already asked that.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Woods and Slayton for that one. Or sorry, Thielen and Slayton for that one, Martian.
Stan, I definitely don't hate it whatsoever. I mean, he's a clear top 3 tight end at this point, or top 4 when Kittle comes back. Between him, Kelsey, Kittle, and Andrews.
So when we said try and get Jonnu in your lineup, he's saying Waller is my tight end.
Oh, okay.
That's why Jonnu's not in his lineup.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought that was like a bold take or something. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I had to flex out Julio in my second league. He's not playing, so.
Yeah, Julio isn't playing, so I'd definitely get him out of your lineup. I had to flex out Julio in my second league. Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
I would start Jonnu over Hayden Hurst, but I mean, like, I still like both, but yeah, give me Jonnu there.
Yeah.
Full PPR.
My guys for me and Danny. Yeah. Both those were our guys, tight ends.
Yeah. I mean, they're both of them are playing really well so far.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Hurst is a little bit more worrisome just because of the target share. I mean, Jonnu's not getting a huge target share either, but he's just looking super good on them. So
yeah, agreed. Jacobs, Hunt, or Davis.
Yeah, you don't sit Jacobs.
Yeah. Play it safe and go with Deontay Johnson for me. Full PPR. Yep. I think he has 23 targets in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Easy money. Ridley, Marvin Jones, Edelman, Davis, Terry McLaurin, pick 2. So
yeah, we got that already, Alfredo.
Yeah, Terry. Yeah. It's our 2 bench one. In a full PPR, give me the first 2.
Yeah.
Keith says another familiar face. We got Keith back. Full PPR, Connor, Elliott, Hunt, McKinnon. So you pick 3. So I mean, you're not sitting Elliott. He's literally my RB 1 or 2 on the week.
Yeah, Elliott and Connor are definitely playing. It's between McKinnon and Montgomery for me. I would probably go with Montgomery just because of the game script, because they're going to throw it a lot because they're playing the Falcons. I would go with David Montgomery, I think.
They're back to back in my full PPR rankings right now. I believe I have McKinnon at 15, Monty at 16. So if you're feeling a little gutty and you're looking for like the overall like upside in terms of efficiency and like what the offense is going to look like, I'd like McKinnon. But in terms of a floor, I mean, you can't get much better than Montgomery playing the Falcons.
Yeah, the baseline for Montgomery is what makes him, because I think you're getting plenty of ceiling with Connor and Elliott in your lineup. So I don't know if you need to be chasing ceiling necessarily.
Agreed. So Bobby says Gage or N'Keal Harry. Give me Gage there pretty easily with Julio out.
Yeah.
PPR pick 2. Wow.
You gotta get. Can you get all those guys in your lineup, dude? Like,
yeah.
Like top. Like I think you have all those guys in your top 10. I have.
Dude, I have all 3 of them. 10, I have all 3 of them in my top 7.
Like, I definitely am starting Godwin and Allen Robinson this week, but you got to find a way to get McLaurin in your lineup, in my opinion. If you have a flex, if you're flexing like David Montgomery right now, take him out and put McLaurin in.
Agreed. He says I have Ridley too. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. What are you playing?
Wow.
5-team league?
Damn. Yeah. So I would sit McLaurin, but like I don't want to. But yeah, you're set there. So he Ben answered Gage. Is Debo a must start? Debo's not playing. Probably, but yeah. Once he comes back, Galladay and Brown. Go with Marquise and Deontay Johnson.
Yeah.
Debo isn't playing, so no. Yeah, Ben answered you there. Dallas or John Brown. Give me John Brown there. I think he's gonna have a nice week, as you mentioned, with Jalen Ramsey shadowing against Stephon Diggs. Full PPR pick 2, Jacobs, Singletary 4. Yeah, go with Jacobs and Singletary there. For the record, if you're adding Jacobs into these like start-sit debates with guys like Singletary and Fournette, just pick Jacobs every time. I don't care who he plays. And then the other one, Singletary, Fournette, give me Singletary. Thanks, guys. You're the best. Appreciate that as well, Martian. I'm assuming you're the same.
Yeah, I would agree there.
So Kevin still keeps spamming this.
Nice.
All right, Kevin. You were in timeout. If you do it one more time.
Yeah, you guys don't need to spam the questions. We'll go through them. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
All right, let's rip through these so we don't.
Yeah, like by the way, like if you guys are closer, like commenting in real time, like we see the questions. We're just going in order of like when they were commenting because we want to make sure everybody's accommodated. So if it, don't spam, we'll get to you. Just don't.
All right.
Don't spam.
So Pittman or Cobb full flex PPR. I'm gonna go Pittman there for sure.
Another OG, Darrell. I remember when we talked about
big time OG.
Dude, I remember he was on the ADP Battles second video where I talked about Cam Akers and Raheem Mostert back then.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Darrell was in when we were doing draft stuff.
I do too. I mean, real OG there in Darrell.
In the off season, we don't like stop because we're degenerates. We're gonna do NFL draft stuff, talking about the draft prospects and breaking down the players and all that kind of stuff.
We did a full
dynasty feel to it, but we love the NFL draft too, so we figured we'd just talk about that. Seeing it that I find most fantasy analysts don't talk about the NFL draft as much as they should.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, we wrote up like 30 or 40 draft profiles for players. So we're definitely on that grind in the offseason. So Sam says Kenyon Drake or McLaurin flex. Close, but I mean Drake for me is the option there. I just don't want to sit Terry. That's why I say close. But Kenyon Drake is literally a top 6 running back for me this week as well. So like that. Yeah, really as well. We saw that. Thielen or McLaurin. I think I have Thielen at wide receiver 6 and McLaurin at 7.
I would go with Thielen. I think the target baseline's bigger for Thielen, but I mean, like they're both probably going to do really well this week.
Agreed there. So Masha is actually in my league. Hamler or Golden Tate for flex PPR. Thank you. That one's kind of close. I mean,
Golden Tate.
Yeah. I mean, especially too, like I want to say Hamler given the opportunity, but again, he's still facing against the Tampa Bay secondary. So
he is getting I would go with share and stuff. So like he's getting the opportunity from that perspective, but it's not an easy matchup for him. And I think Golden Tate has a pretty easy matchup in the slot.
Agreed there. MVS or Corey Davis. Give me Corey Davis easily there, Jackson. Okay, Sander. Yeah, either way, I'd go Corey Davis. Darrell, what's good, y'all? Mess with y'all hard. Appreciate that, Darrell. Again, a true OG to the channel. I mean, I think he was following us when we were at what, like 110 subscribers?
We were definitely low.
Yeah. So definitely appreciate the support there from you. And I need to quickly select a receiver in my FanDuel lineup so I don't forget.
Hit the next one there. Michael again.
Here, let me just. My boy Mike. Thanks, guys. Bills win big and Diggs Moss's ran. I know you're a Bills fan, but I got Rams money line on my ticket, so.
And Ramsey, I got Rams money line on my ticket too, and Ramsey's been playing well. It's aside from his little hijinks and flop plays, like he's been playing well.
Yeah, his little flop. Woods or Gage? Man, I'm gutty. I have Gage higher.
Really? Okay. Yeah. I can't do it. I think they're gonna find a way to get Woods the ball.
That's fair.
I think.
Half PPR, Gordon or McKinnon. I'm going McKinnon. I know you're going Gordon, but I love the matchup for McKinnon this week.
I know Melvin Gordon's the guaranteed volume guy. I know, and for what it's worth, the Bucs defense is still great against the run, but it's not a death sentence like it was last year. I mean, for what it's worth, also they've played Kamara and McCaffrey the first 2 weeks. So I mean, like those are probably two of the best 4 running backs in the NFL. So Melvin Gordon's not nearly as good as those guys. So I still think Melvin Gordon has like an okay game, especially in a half PPR. He'll probably he might get like a goal line rush or a touchdown or like some receptions to help fantasy day.
Agreed. So we'll get into these last couple of questions. I'll just quickly show the viewers and you my FanDuel lines I got rocking out. So McLaurin or McKinnon, I'm going McLaurin there. Even although I have McKinnon as my RB15, McLaurin's also my wide receiver 7. So I'm high on both those guys. Against my judgment, I'm starting Mitch this week. Wish me luck. Wishing you full luck there. I mean, good matchup. So fingers crossed for you there, Jackson. Gage or G-Jax? Gage pretty easily for me
Jackson,
there.
don't watch the game.
Yeah.
That's the rule number. What number is Trubisky? 10. Rule number 10. Never watch Mitch Trubisky play when you're starting him in fantasy. That is the rule.
Agreed. Ben says game of the week, Dallas, Seattle.
Seahawks for fantasy for sure.
Yeah.
And if we're taking the Monday night game into account, then we're gonna obviously say the Monday night game. But of the slate, it's definitely Cowboys and Seahawks.
Agreed there. Thanks, Danny. Cowboys getting. Wait, is that Vecchione?
You love to see it.
Wait, Josh, is that you? No, I have a friend named Josh, and his last name is V. So I'm thinking if that's him or not on YouTube. But do I start Valdez or Cup? That's Cup easily for me.
Close. It's Cooper Cup.
Rushing champ hasn't won the award twice in a row. Did I mess up picking him? I don't think so. I mean,
he doesn't have a touchdown. That's the only reason he's disappointing you right now. He'll get back on track eventually.
Dude, he's gotten what, like 60 touches, 70 touches in the first 2 weeks?
He hasn't scored a rushing touchdown. That's the only reason that he's disappointing fantasy owners right now.
Play Woods over Gallup slightly for me. I think I have Gallup as my wide receiver 30 on the week and Woods as my wide receiver 25 or 26. So that's a toss-up, but I would go with Woods, especially in a PPR type format. Because I think Lamb is absolutely going to dominate the Seahawks from the slot. Again, they're just losing their nickel and Marquise Blair. And I mean, Amari Cooper at this point has been a must start every week. So I don't know when Gallup is going to have a huge game soon. And I don't know if that's going to be this week or if that's going to be next week against the Browns, but it's going to happen soon. Again, the targets are going to be distributed and varied on the offense pretty week to week, in my opinion, given how
like Gallup over Woods. It's really close, but I think the ceiling is just there with Gallup. The game that he's in is just going to have so much scoring that you want a piece of it.
It's going to be like 45-42 either way.
Like the pace of the game is going to be crazy. Like it's just going to be a good scoring game. Like you want pieces of that game, even though Woods is probably going to get more targets or something like that.
Agreed. That's fair. Jordan Reed or Hayden Hurst. This may sound gutty, but I'm starting Jordan Reed over Hayden Hurst in one.
I'm not. Give me Hayden Hurst without Julio. If Julio was playing, I would definitely be on your side
though. Fair. Josh says yesterday, he's in my league.
Nice.
Todd says, all right, sent you guys a Twitter DM for the DK. Couldn't message you. Well, you couldn't message me? Do I have my Twitter DMs on private? I'll check that for you. Sorry about that, Tyler.
Yeah, he messaged me the shit. I can pass you it along anyway.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't realize I was on private then. Sorry about that. Henry doesn't have to repeat in order. Yeah, agreed there. Ben, Martian, thoughts on Adam Humphries over Woods or Thielen? I'm feeling risky even considering. No, start Woods and Thielen. Don't be too out of there, in my opinion.
Yeah. I got it pulled up here. AJ Green, Larry Fitzgerald, Dalton Schultz, or Antonio Gibson need one, and we said Antonio Gibson probably by a country mile.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know.
We answered the question.
Green, Fitz, Schultz, Gibson. I don't think we answered that one.
I think we did it really fast. I think we were just like Gibson, like right away.
Yeah, no, Gibson. Then that would be the answer. Sorry about that, then, Darrell, if we didn't elaborate too much, but just the touch baseline and overall usage of Gibson is clearly above the other guys.
Minutes before Antonio Gibson's buy window closes.
Yeah, agreed. Jordan Reed or Hurst. I believe we answered that, but I would go. This is a coin flip for me. Actually, with Julio out, I'm going to go with Hurst. I
gotta go Hayden Hurst. I like Jordan Reed's outlook too, but I think I don't know. I can't trust him over Hayden Hurst. I think Hayden Hurst's role is pretty secured with Julio out.
Yeah, I agreed there. With Julio out, I love Jordan Reed too. I actually, to be fair, like if I sit Jordan Reed in my money league, I still have a ton of DFS ownership of him. So hopefully he still does well. But yeah, Kelly, I would go with Kelly there personally.
I would not. It's going to depend on scoring format probably, but I like Marvin Jones if it's a half or full PPR league because I think Kelly's kind of limited to just like a standard league in that kind of situation there.
That's fair. Overall, not just for week. Oh, overall, give me Jonnu easily rest of the season.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't buy into I hate the narrative that like, oh, if Goddard gets hurt or if Ertz gets hurt, then Goddard's like the guy there. Well, like Ertz never gets hurt. Everyone on the Eagles gets hurt except for Zach Ertz.
Yeah, no, easily. And then Leonard Fournette, Robbie Anderson, half PPR. Give me that's kind of close, but I would go with Robbie Anderson there personally. For you, Kashi.
I would also go with Robbie Anderson. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll quickly show you guys my FanDuel lineup before we head. Okay, I pressed the wrong button and give me a second. I put the StreamYard in a different tab than the rest of my other tabs. Yeah. Okay. I'll quickly show you guys my FanDuel lineup, and then we'll probably head out of here and go watch the games.
Yeah.
But
make sure if you got any last questions here, get them in.
That's currently what I got. Currently, a bunch of the lineups I got running. So, wish me luck, y'all.
Yeah. All right. So Keith White says Mixon, Henry, Connor need to.
Let me take that off the screen now. Just wanted to show that quick. Kashik says, "Thank you, brothers. No problem." Keith again says,
"That is impressive." There's no way I would have said that right the first time. I probably would have said like Kushik or something.
Mixon, Henry, Connor need to. In that order, I'd go Henry, Connor.
Yeah, I mean, like I don't want to sit Mixon though. Like if there's a way you can get him in, especially in a standard league, I think he's going to get a lot of carries and whatnot. So you're probably good to get him in your lineup somehow. What?
You said my name right?
Yeah, I know. Hey. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of impressed that you got that too.
Let's go. I'm quickly just going to make sure all my lineups are set because we've been live streaming for the past hour and a half. So I got Woods. Ooh. So, okay, no. Woods. Fuck, man. Woods or Fuller?
Woods or Fuller?
Yeah.
I'd play Woods there. I don't.
That's what's right.
I don't really like. I know Fuller wasn't on the injury report, but it's a terrible matchup, and he is still Will Fuller and could leave midway through the first quarter because he injured last week.
So, this is a full PPR team that just lost Saquon Barkley for the record, right?
Yeah.
Matt Ryan, Jerick McKinnon, Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd, CeeDee Lamb, Hunter Henry, Julian Edelman, and Woods this week in my starting lineup. And guys that I'm literally like missing due to injury: Deebo Samuel, Saquon Barkley, Julio Jones, and AJ Brown.
Jeez.
Like, it's ridiculous. Martian said, "Thanks, guys. Good luck this week." Appreciate that, Martian. Good luck, everyone, unless you're against me, of course. Yeah, I like that, Lawrence. Kashik says, "What's your guys' IG?" Oh, so I'll actually link mine in the
here. I'll
drop
real quick.
Yeah.
I don't really use it for fantasy stuff. So if you're looking for like fantasy analysis, I'm not like, that's not what I do on my Instagram. That's more my Twitter. If you want to go follow that for that kind of stuff. But if you want to follow my IG, you can.
Yeah, I appreciate that as well. If you want to see just basically daily stories of me posting about my Lakers or the fight last night, whatever, I just linked it in the chat. Actually, I'll do this as well.
All right, so T.Y. Hilton, Corey Davis, Keenan Allen, or Kenny G. If you can only start one there, I'm assuming. I'm going to go with Keenan Allen. If you can start full, I'll take Keenan Allen, Corey Davis, T.Y. Hilton, and then Kenny G in that order.
Yeah, that's fair. Gordon or Kelly, give me I can't go against Gordon. Waller, Mike, give me Waller there.
Yeah, easily.
So Corey left his on his account. You guys can see that. That's his Instagram.
Yeah, mustache. It was during Movember, and I had photos taken, so that's why I have a dirty mustache in that picture.
Never said Waller be there, Ben. I have Tannehill, Henry, and Jonnu playing. Is that too many Titans?
No, I have them playing in a FanDuel line.
Fine with that as well. And that's the link to, I guess, to my Instagram. I don't know. It's sent pretty weird, but if you guys can work that, go ahead. You guys seem chilled regardless. I'll follow both. Appreciate that, Kashik. Yeah. Again, I'm just posting a bunch of story updates as well. Like, I don't really use it for much else, but
yeah, I'm not very active on Instagram. So
same. And that would be mine. I post on the Stock Exchange YouTube account. But DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, Noah Fant, or Anthony Miller in the flex. I'd go Fant. This week.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, flex Gibson or Hunter Henry, full PPR. Give me Gibson there personally, even though I do like Hunter Henry's outlook this week. Oh, I forgot to set my sleeper lineups.
That's what I'm doing right now.
And make sure everything's good. That looks good. Stock Exchange. Oh yeah. Why are we winning games in the Stock Exchange Dynasty League, dude? It's supposed to be a tank.
We're winning games.
Oh, we got to get Kittle out of the lineup.
Oh, geez. Good thing I found that. Julio was in my lineup in one league.
Yikes. So I started Marvin Jones for us. Yeah, dude, our team's gonna be gross in that one freaking Dynasty League.
Yeah, definitely.
I got Hurst and Gates starting in the one.
I'm rebuilding in this Dynasty League. Who would you start? Tariq Cohen or Drew Sample or Miles Boykin this week? Those are my options.
Give me Sample, bro.
I got J.K. Dobbins. Scratch that.
Oh, yeah, do that. Yeah, otherwise I was gonna say give me Sample. Yo, in the shaded league, I literally have like 5 really good tight ends.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Joseph, I'd go Cup there.
Yeah, let me see. Fanta Cup. Oh, later Ben, by the way. Nice seeing you in the chat as well. I'd go
questions too.
Yep. Appreciate that. FSC redraft. Yo, I'm a 91% favorite against Lucas because he's got Zach Moss still in his lineup. He hasn't checked his lineup.
Oh, jeez.
Woods or CD Lamb? Give me Lamb there. For 4 sport fans.
Yep.
Just make sure nothing's screwed up here.
Yeah, I am good. I have
I'm quickly going to set my ESPN. I'm actually in a league with Matt Miller. I keep saying that, but yeah. I'm in a league with Matt Miller on ESPN. He was hosting like a league like where it was like a $50 buy-in and like some of the proceeds would go to charity. So I'm like, okay, why not? Now I could flex that I'm in a league with Matt Miller. So
like Bleacher Report Matt Miller, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty dope. Yeah, I ended up getting JT in the 4th too, and I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, so that was a nice little stack up there. Let me see if I what's it called? My fantasy league. If I set my Scott Fishbowl lineup, I don't think I did. I think it should auto set for me, right? Like, actually, you don't know, but like, you know what I mean. Let me just
appreciate that, Keith and Joseph.
Yeah, appreciate that. So I started Josh Kelly, Gordon. So
all right, 1 p.m. We ought to sign out of here.
Yep. Agreed there. Thanks to you guys for tuning in. Why is Ayuk? Oh no, Ayuk's in my lineup. Damn.
Oh, you hate to see that. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you guys tune in Thursday and Monday nights as well. We go live before those games. Hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time we go live, so that you don't even really have to remember when we're going live. You'll just see it. So yeah, thanks for doing that. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Enjoy the football, guys.
Yeah, just want to say quickly, appreciate Joseph, Keith, and 25 saying thanks for the stream and everything and the recommendations. But
thanks
we're gonna
chats who left them as well.
Appreciate that as well. Yeah, we'll sign out again. We'll be seeing you guys back live on Monday night, so stay tuned. But gonna end the broadcast here.